15. Coast to Coast, your say question of the day. Has the war on drugs failed? Caller A. Yes, it bloody has. I was mugged last week by a druggie. The government's too lenient. Fiona, 47. Caller B. No, I'm a recovering addict, now working in rehabilitation. I've really noticed a change, actually, especially over how drug addiction is now seen as a health issue. Ryan, 27. Caller C. It's out of control, with all these immigrants flooding into the country. Dawn, 37. The screen blurred in front of Anna's eyes. She put her hands to her face briefly, the smell of her little girl still on her palms, the sweet scent of baby lotion and that indescribable Joni smell. It brought with it the sight of her baby's smile, flowering first in her brown eyes before spreading to those cherub cheeks and pink lips. Anna felt her whole being ache to be with her. She was only 2 hours into her first day back at work after 8 months of maternity leave, and she was already desperate to be back with her daughter. Thoughts, Anna? She looked up to see Heather, her new producer giving her a stern look through the glass window dividing them. Anna quickly took a gulp of her coffee, caffeine's magic taking effect. The memory of Joni's smile faded away, her scent replaced by the tart smell of coffee beans. She leaned forward and pressed one of the buttons on her microphone. Let's take caller C out, she said. Heather frowned. I'm not sure that's wise. In the months you've been away, we've found immigration calls go down well with the public. Really puts fire into their bellies. I found in the past 7 years I've been presenting the show, it's best to keep the focus tight. This phone-in isn't about immigration, it's about the success or failure of the government's fight against drug abuse. I understand what you're saying, Heather said, tucking a wisp of black hair behind her ear that had dared escape her trademark tight bun. But I'd like to keep it in. I was a senior news reporter at Radio 4, remember, Anna? An investigation I did on this very subject won me an award. I have an instinct about these things. Anna suppressed her irritation. Every opportunity Heather could get, she'd bring up her investigative reporter days. The two women held each other's gazes. Heather had been appointed as Anna's new producer after the station's much-loved producer had retired a few months before Anna went on maternity leave. From the moment she'd started, Heather had gotten people's backs up, challenging everything Anna said, making it clear to everyone she wouldn't pander to the presenters. Some of the admin girls had told Anna they thought it was because Heather believed that as a woman she wouldn't get the respect she deserved unless she played up her aggressive side. Anna wasn't so sure. To her, Heather was simply what her gran called a real-life dementor, somebody who sucked the happiness and light out of any encounter. Look, Heather, Anna said, unable to stop herself yawning. She never felt quite so exhausted. After a spate of sleeping well, Joni had chosen the night before Anna returned to work to wake every hour. Maybe it was the heat, or maybe she was just going through a bad patch. Either way, the timing couldn't be worse. Things might have been a certain way while I was on maternity leave, but there's a reason Coast to Coast's listening figures doubled after I joined. Anna cringed inside at the boastful remark. But she had to stand her ground. Show Heather she too had made a success of things. She'd watched Coast to Coast grow from a barely known regional station covering just one small area while working out of a debilitated warehouse on the docks, to a popular South Coast station attracting enough listeners and ad revenue to rent a glossy studio by the sea. Anna peered out of the large window lining the corridor outside. The studio occupied a sought-after spot next to the village's seafront shops and cafes, its cocoon-shaped glass-fronted building reflecting the waves in its shiny windows. She'd played a role in securing enough money to pay for this building. She looked Heather in the eye. The fact is, I'm back now, so let's find a way to get those listening figures back up again. Heather bristled. I wouldn't quite say you're back, Anna. What do you mean? Heather's black eyes glistened with spite. You know what I mean. You're clearly not with it today. Having a baby can take its toll. Anna looked at her in shock. What does having a baby have to do with all of this? What I'm trying to say is, well, look at you, Heather said, flinging her hand toward Anna. You're exhausted. Everyone's exhausted, Heather. We get here at 5 a.m, for God's sake. Anna tried to keep the tremble out of her voice. She didn't want to give Heather the satisfaction of seeing she'd got to her. But the truth was,